let people bring you down. Everyone, welcome to Burnout Medicine. It's me, Dr. V. Thank you all again for tuning in. Thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing. For those who have, if you haven't done so already, please do so right now. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm posting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And before I start, all thoughts are my own. They do not reflect any institution I work for or have worked for. It's just my thoughts. Now that that's out the way, I want to talk about criticism today and what it is, how to take it, and what to do about it. I think this is one of the big roots of why healthcare providers experience the moral injury or the burnout, they experience. It's because of criticism, right? And constantly worrying about being criticized and performing our duties so that we don't get criticized, right? And, instead of performing our duties to do well, we perform them so that other people won't critique us, right? I know those providers out there who, involved in patient care in the sense of, putting in, making decisions about management and all that stuff. Kind of a parallel to all this is, liability medicine, right? Well, I'm just doing this so I don't get sued. And I think a lot of times we respond and react and act in certain ways in order to say, I'm doing this well because I don't want to get criticized. And I think that kind of mentality, that kind of mindset is what sets us up to fail, right? It sets us up to be overly critical or take criticism too hard, and that just contributes to whatever negative energy we're building up in ourselves, and it just contributes to our anxieties, depression, our thoughts, our actions. It contributes to just our downfall overall at the end of the day. And two places criticism comes from, right? There's criticism of self, so how we see ourselves and how we critique ourselves. And then there's criticism from everybody else, family, your friends, your coworkers, your patients, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And focusing on critiquing ourselves, we are our worst enemy, right? That's that old cliche, that old adage. And how we critique ourselves tends to dictate what criticism we allow to negatively impact us from when we get it from the outside. And think about it, just reflect on it for a minute. How hard are you on yourself? Right? You go ahead and you mess up an order, or you forgot one thing, or maybe spoke with somebody and the tone and cadence wasn't quite appropriate. How much weight do you give those things? How much weight do you give your mistakes? How much weight do you give your shortcomings? And if you're the type of person, I know I'm guilty of this myself, if you're the type of person that just 10 times it, 100 times that weight, you're going to be moving at a snail's pace. You're never going to grow. You're never going to advance. And really, I think before we handle criticism of others, which I'll get to in a second, we really got to learn how to handle our own self-criticism and be fair to ourselves. I think for the most part we are unfair. We said, well, I didn't meet this impossible standard of excellence, and therefore I'm scum, I'm trash, I'm garbage, or I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving. And I think that level of criticism only brings you down. And it's not to say that you shouldn't set high standards. Absolutely, we should all be operating at a standard of excellence, right? We should be striving towards an impossible standard. That way we're forever growing, forever improving ourselves. But not reaching that goal or that standard in whatever it is that you're trying to do, again, whether it's your personal life, physical life, your professional life, there's no need to beat yourself up in that manner. And the way it starts is starting with, what goals did you set for that day? Did you set any goals? Because if you set some small goals, say, okay, this is what I'm looking to improve on, and this is the level I'm trying to reach. If you're setting small goals day by day and meeting them or exceeding them, then you can look back and say, okay, I've met my goals, I'm improving, I'm moving forward. And if you didn't meet those goals, then instead of saying, wow, I suck, I'm this, I'm that, really reflect on, okay, what was it that occurred that I couldn't reach my goals or didn't reach my goals? And what can I do tomorrow so that I'm where I need to be? And that's the way we have to approach our own self-criticism, is really think about, okay, this isn't, yes, it may be a flaw of yours or something that you're working on in that regard. Even so, focus it and really rethink about it as, these are opportunities for me to grow. This is opportunities for me to improve. So anytime you fall short of something, it's your opportunity to step up to the plate and be better than you were yesterday. As opposed to like, wow, I suck, I'm this, I'm that, I'm not good. And now you're not moving anywhere. You're staying stuck. So before we take on someone else's criticism, we really have to reflect and look on how we criticize ourselves and stop treating ourselves like trash. Stop being overly critical of ourselves and just be honest with yourself. And it's okay. Honesty can hurt sometimes. It's a tough pill to swallow. But guess what? It's something that is there to build, not to destroy. Now, when it comes to taking on other people's criticism, it's the same thing. It's really reflecting on, did this person come at me with malice, or was this person genuinely concerned about my well-being and really affording me and giving me the opportunity to see that through their eyes, so it can go help bring me perspective on what I need to do or what I need to improve on. If it's the former, where they're being malicious towards you, and the best thing to do in that scenario when receiving that type of criticism is to ignore it. Let it roll by the wayside. And it really starts with, again, how you see yourself. If you see yourself as trash and someone calls you trash, it's like, you're right, I'm trash. I'm not good, I'm not. But if you're seeing yourself as, I'm a person who's trying to improve, and the criticism that, what you're telling me right now is trash. It's not helping me grow. It's not helping me do anything. All you're doing is looking to bring me down, right? You're looking to bring me down, and that's that. Those people you don't need to pay any attention to. You don't need to pay any mind to. Let them speak their piece and say, thank you for your feedback. I'll be on my way. And don't surround yourself with those people either. Being surrounded by people who are overcritical is a recipe for disaster, and they're only going to be looking to bring you back to their level, right? Those who are there who gives deconstructive criticism, it's a reflection of their own insecurities and their own shortcomings, and their lashing out of you is just a projection of the lashing out they do to themselves, right? And for those who are giving you tough criticism, but it is only seeking to give you the opportunity to build, that's something that internalize. Don't take it too close to heart. Internalize, okay, I'm going to add that to my action plan, right? The way you handle someone else's criticism is by acting on it, right? Is by saying, okay, That's fair feedback. Let me go ahead. I'm going to improve now. Now I see an area that I didn't see before. Maybe one of them is, hey, you talk to people in a very, rude demeanor. It's like, wow, I didn't know that. Now I'm gonna be now I'm gonna focus on that and speak to them in a way that they don't feel demeaned, or like, wow, you don't read enough, or hey, the way you were building whatever you were building is crooked. Like, we really got to see why it became crooked. And I think looking at it as that, right? As like, okay, you've given me this feedback. I'm taking this feedback here. I'm not gonna take it too close to heart because I know it's just an opportunity for myself to improve. Now that I know what I need to improve on, let me create an action plan. That way, I can go ahead and move forward. And I think that's how you have to take the credit, the feedback that others give you. And in that way, you'll be able to take on those who come with more deconstructive, feedback for you, and say, you know what? You're not giving me any action plan. You're not giving me any opportunity to grow. You give me an opportunity to bring myself down, and with all disrespect, I am not going to take any of that opportunity to bring myself down. Thank you. And you move forward. Hope this was helpful too, because I know for me, I'm overly critical of myself every day, and I'm overly, and there are times where I take criticisms that people throw my way too close to heart, and they're like, oh, I suck, I'm this, I'm that, and I end up being the very thing that they say that I am, and just like, wait a minute, I'm not. I'm, meant for a purpose. I'm greater than that. I do hold a standard of excellence, and okay, I fell short of that. That's fine. How can I go ahead and get closer the next day? That's how you have to approach it, because if not, what is going to end up happening is you're going to be more susceptible to moral injury or burnout, and you're going to find yourself digging yourself into a hole that you can't climb out of and that you can't dig out of. And the only thing you're going to do is keep digging deeper, deeper, and deeper. Stop doing that. Stop the self-hate. Stop being hard on yourself, okay? Take things with honesty, because honesty looks to build up, not to break down, right? Even brutal honesty is always a way that it's going to work to make you see where the opportunities are for you to grow, okay? And for anybody who's being honestly dishonest, right? Calling you trash, calling you this, calling you that, cursing you out, or anything like that, it's most likely a projection of their own shortcomings, and they're trying to impute that onto you. Don't allow it, okay? Love yourself, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. When you critique others, make sure it's with a purpose to build, not to destroy, right? Don't put your own insecurities and project that onto others and impute that onto others. And I just want to leave you with I thought this was a real great quote. It's by Roy T. Bennett. Don't let arrogance go to your head or despair to your heart. Do not let compliments go to your head and criticisms to your heart. Do not let success go to your head and failure in your heart. Okay? Keep your mind guarded, keep your heart guarded. Remember, be honest with yourself, be real with yourself, and then take all that, put it in a pot, cook it, eat it, move on, and move forward. Let's reach these goals in 2022. Let's combat burnout. Let's go ahead and build each other up, encourage each other. Don't seek to destroy. All I gotta say today. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Please leave comments in the comments box below, for good, for better or worse. Don't care. Remember, we all got to handle the good and the bad. And like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell. Posting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And with that, I love you all. Thank you all for the support. Peace.